Hey guys, so got a couple of really good comments on the one-arm push-up video yesterday, but I also got a comment that I want to see if I can clarify. Something about the doing a poorly executed push-up does not mean the body moves with breath. That I understand. So let me try to explain this a little clearer. Back when I was 53 and all my life prior to that, I'm 61 now. I moved through life with complete and total tension. In other words, I was fighting myself in everything I did. Instead of reaching and taking, it was a reach, and everything was with tension. I remember working stacking wood for 2 hours, and I was basically crippled the rest of the day because all the tension that built up through constantly moving my body from muscle tension. I was literally fighting against myself in every movement. I'll show you. I'm going to put up a second video today also as far as picking things up, and you'll see what I mean there also. But I ran into my friend Daniel, excuse me, who also commented on my videos. He's a great master of this kind of breathing and movement, and I drove him nuts for a long time trying to get this concept because it's not easy. But really the reason why it's not easy is because we're trying to remember how we moved as little children. And we've packed on a bunch of life experiences on top of that as we've grown up. And so we've begun to think differently and move differently. And we're not as natural as kids are. This type of breathing and movement is a way to get back to that. How to move from breath as opposed to fighting yourself. And not everyone's like this. My wife does not fight herself in movement. It drives me crazy. But I always did. The simplest of movements was always with resistance. And I was tensing my body to move. Doesn't make sense. So basically every movement I did was in resistance to myself. You wonder why I got tense. That's why. So how do we mimic or make the body tense to prepare for such a situation like, I use the examples of a deer running in front of the car, or something happens at work that causes you to worry, or your kid falls off the swing set, or something happens. Well, I can't tell you to go out and throw your kid off the swing set. That's, how do we get the body into that situation in a controlled environment without something actually bad happening to somebody? Well, do stressful movements, push-ups, sit-ups, squats, leg raises. Why? Because every one of those will get us into a potentially stressful situation. Doing the one-armed push-up, the way that I'm going to do it again now, I'm not looking to perfectly execute anything. I'm not looking to get a scorecard. In fact, if I was in a room full of gymnasts or weightlifters, they probably would not give me a very high score in how I'm going to do this push-up. It's not a matter of a perfectly executed push-up that I certainly can do. Okay, but that's not the point. The point is, how do we do something that is difficult for us to do with muscle tension? Or we make it difficult for us to do because we're coming just from muscle tension. How do we do it without muscle tension? And in the case of a one-arm push-up, it really comes down to, how do I do it at all? Because I don't have the muscle structure to pick myself up off the ground with one arm. I don't have the strength to do that with just muscle tension. I suppose I could really fight my way up and then I'd wind up blowing out a shoulder. I'm not interested in doing that. So if I want to do something as like a one-arm push-up, and I know I haven't got the muscle structure to do it, how else can I do it? how else can I do a task that I'm just not strong enough to do? Or if I force myself to be strong enough to do, I'm going to hurt myself. Well, another way to do it, to do a task, is to make your body light. So your body will not be fighting against you, but will be helping you. So for example, 2-arm push-up. I get here and I tense myself. My whole body is tense like a diving board, and here I go with a push-up. Yep, I can do it. Sure, no sweat. There it is. It's okay, great. That was all with muscle tension. I could do it. I did it. I can do it a lot more times. I can't do it one-handed. So what's another way to do something like this? And that is take the tension and turn it into power. With what? Breath. Breath is movement. Movement is breath. Tension is power, not moving. So on a two-armed or handed, whatever, muscle tension. Can't really talk to you very well. If I breathe through my entire body, look at that. I can breathe the whole way. I can actually talk to you all the way down. And then I can talk to you all the way up. Making my body lighter. So it's like helium floating up. I guess you could use that imagination, but so that it's not in your way. So your body is actually helping you do the task rather than you fighting against it. So back to the 1-arm push-up. It will not be perfectly executed, but hand behind my back. If I keep my body stiff, I do not have what it takes to get off the ground. If I relax my body and let it work with me, not going to win any awards, but I got it done without hurting myself. That's the point.